cold ones, get your snacks and get ready. Because right now we got a big episode of the Sports Dynasty podcast.
I wish I had my
I'm
cold
Trevor.
one.
He's Juan. And let's get it going. How's everybody going here, guys?
You're so hype.
Hell yeah, man. I'm ready for this shit, man.
You're so hype.
We got two special guests today. We have Tulio, honorary Patriot fan. Say what's up, Tulio.
You already know what's up, y'all.
And we have a new special guest, Taylor, all the way from the Midwest. Big Packers fan. How you doing, bud?
Oh, I'm doing better than the Packers organization right now. I'll just say that.
All right, well, let's get started. Juan, take it up, Juan.
All right, so the mission for today is to go ahead and talk about the winners and losers of the NFL draft. I believe either next week or the week after that, we're going to go over the entire off season to see who's the winners and losers there. Besides Tampa Bay winning. So we'll go ahead and we're going to start. I guess I'll start off. The drafts that I liked personally, I like Baltimore's, unfortunately, the mother truckers. They did a great job to me in this draft. They hit a lot of needs that they had. The things that I wish that they would have gotten is more offensive line help. They did lose Yanda. And I don't know if a 5th and 6th round offensive lineman is going to replace a Hall of Famer. And you know how heavily reliant they are on the run, because that's, 99% of what they can do. So they kind of need that. But they did get an RB2 to go behind Mark Ingram, I thought it was good. I saw a couple of forms I didn't like that very much because they were too busy on the wide receiver, which we'll get to another team soon. And they did get a coverage linebacker in Patrick Queen, who might be the heir apparent to C.J. Mosley. And that'll do wonders for them on defense. I like their draft personally. They did get a speed guy, though, wide receiver. And Lamar Jackson does have a big arm. Maybe not entirely accurate, but he has a big arm, so that'll go with them. I also like Indianapolis' draft at all. Michael Pittman Jr. is a great opposite and complement to T.Y. Hilton, and T.Y. Hilton, God knew he needed some damn help on the wide receiver thing.
Yeah.
So they did a great job getting him, and they also had a nice running back too to complement Marlon Mack, another downfield runner. So that's great.
And Hines.
Yeah, and then the Nyheim Hines too. Yeah. So they did a good job to me there. The only thing I wish they would have gotten a little bit more also was a little bit more pass rush. But they did get a safety, which they did need too, because they only had one. They only had Malik Hooker in the backfield. They needed somebody to help them out also. So they did a good job there. And Phillip Rivers likes his big guy, so Michael Pittman should do wonders. They also may have had their heir apparent. I think they drafted Fromm, I think it was Fromm.
No, he went to Buffalo.
No?
Fromm went to Buffalo.
So this is the other quarterback
Eason.
then. There you go, the other one. It's one of the two. I forget which one.
Eason was at Georgia, and then Fromm took his spot. So it's easy to confuse him.
Yeah. So they got the heir apparent, so I like that very much. I also like, believe it or not, I like the New York Giants draft too, because they address basically all trenches on both sides of the ball, and you win and lose games there. Plus, on offensive side of the trenches, they need to take care of Daniel Jones and Saquon Barkley. So they basically just address that only, besides, again, of course, stealing Xavier McKinney in the second round somehow. So I thought they were fantastic. And, of course, the Buccaneers continue to completely demolish everyone in the offseason. They got one of the best tackles to help protect Tom Brady. They wound up getting another safety to help out on the backfield. Very young, but very athletic secondary, which should do some damage on a very pass-happy division. And they have, again, another running back to complement Ronald Jones. Tom Brady likes his running backs, especially the ones who likes to catch the ball, which is what this running back does. So he did great there. So those are my likes. My hates, I'm gonna save mine for later, though, one of them. I didn't like the Rams draft at all. Not even a little bit. They got no offensive line help when they were the worst, arguably one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL. Period. But they got no help there at all, and no pass rush help at all, but besides one guy who, from what I did research, he missed half his college career. So what? So and no cornerback help when Jalen Ramsey's gonna demand $200 million next year. So they didn't do very well to me in the draft at all. I don't like what they did at all. And the 49ers I don't like much because they didn't really give secondary a bolster when Richard Sherman is going to be on his last leg within the next year or two. I don't see any succession plan for him at all. And plus, they can use some help. As Tyreek Hill with his 40-yard bombs in the Super Bowl, they could use some help in the deep secondary also. But they didn't adjust that at all. So I don't like that. And my last team that I didn't like was, I got you, my man, the Packers. What the fuck type of draft was that? It's like they're drafting for when Aaron Rodgers leaves. He's here right now. He's still the best player in your team. So why don't you help him? I don't fucking understand it. I don't want to get it. You drafted his successor, which we don't know yet. I don't hate that pick, but everything else I hated. The running back. I'm like, I understand that Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams, I think their contracts are up this year. But, I mean, you could get a running back in the 3rd, 4th round. There were plenty of wideouts available in the 2nd round. I remember in the last show, I did say, depending on what happens in the remaining rounds, I'm going to laugh at Green Bay. But their last rounds were absolutely horrific. What the fuck were they trying to do? Like, all these rumors about trading Aaron Rodgers, might as well. Because what the fuck help does he have now? Like, oh, come on. Again, look who's saying this. It's me. Me. Out of all people on this planet, I'm the one defending him. Like, what are they? So man. It's very obvious they're going to try to run through the run game. No shit. But as San Francisco showed in the Super Bowl, you're going to have to throw eventually. Will there be anyone to help him downfield that's not named Devontae Adams so he can throw downfield? I don't know. So, well, I don't know what to say. Well, who's next?
Go ahead, Taylor.
While
we're still on the Packers, go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Well, before I get into the Packers, just want to carry off a few points off what you said. Baltimore, as far as I know, with Geno Stone in the 7th round, as far as them having a good draft, I think that's just another steal for them. I thought this guy was going to go mid-round, and I didn't think he was like top 2 round guy, but considering they got him in the 7th round,
that's still ridiculous. Yeah,
I thought that was pretty amazing. So as far as I kind of wanted to bring up Miami because when you look at where they were, say beginning of October till now. I mean, it's night and day right now. And I didn't love the pick at tackle Williams from USC. I saw AJ Epinesa just eat that guy's lunch that day.
I said that last time at the podcast.
Yeah, that was what I didn't. That's what I didn't love about that. But the fact that they didn't even have to trade up for Tua, and they were kind of tanking for Tua all season. I mean, I thought that was huge. Another loser I wanted to bring up was the Bears. And it was
I agree too.
It was more with their top pick with the tight end, and I get he was the best tight end in the draft, but when you consider everything else, just look how many tight ends they have on their team, and they just cut 10. Yeah, they have more tight ends than the rest of the NFC North combined. I don't get
stupid. I don't understand that either.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're trying to do. I know they have to pay Trubisky $22 million or whatever if they keep him next year, which we all know is not going to happen.
It better not happen if they
right.
don't want to do anything right.
They have a good. We'll see if they start Foles. I think they should start him right away, but otherwise, I think they're going to lose the rest of the team. But the 49ers,
Philadelphia. God,
I agree with the 49ers, but just getting Trent Williams, I mean, to roll the dice on that, I thought that was just so huge.
That was great.
And yeah, we'll see. I have no idea what Javon Kinlaw from South Carolina is going to be right now, so we'll see if he's anywhere near DeForest Buckner. So that's gonna
likely no.
Yeah,
more than likely no.
People are right. So I mean, we'll kind of wait and see what happens with them. But I think they're going to be just fine. Those should be the favorites in the NFC West. But yeah, now I'll get to the elephant in the room. Green Bay.
Go right ahead. Floor is yours, bro. The floor is yours.
All right. So, dealing with Aaron Rodgers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers. I know there's a lot of people that don't like him. You guys probably including. He's my favorite athlete of all time, along with Michael Jordan. Dealing with that part of it, being him gone in 3 years, that's hard enough as it is. Okay, so for that management say, why would we improve on the team that just made the NFC Championship game? And let's think about 2025. That is so difficult. Just even how does it make sense? I just don't know how it makes any sense.
It doesn't.
Do you guys got any points as far as that goes?
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't.
What I thought they should have done was at least try to bolster up the front seven a little bit so you won't get ran on like roadkill twice.
Lord.
Yeah, they should probably do that. But to be 100% honest, maybe that's more on the floor because you do have a pretty good front seven.
Agreed.
Because I just like the way you get ran on like that is like, nah, that might be scheme based. Like, did the floor not do homework?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get it.
The front seven it's decent. It's definitely not top 5.
Yeah, it's not world beating. It's not the 49ers front seven.
Right.
But, I mean, to get ran on like that though.
Yeah. Preston Smith's a pure pass rusher. He's not. I mean, he's just going to go right after the quarterback. He's not thinking about running backs so much as far as them doing draws, which I think Kyle Shanahan did a pretty good job at that.
Yeah.
But going back to the draft, last year's draft, they drafted Rashawn Gary in the first round. If this guy does not play at least 70% of the snaps this year, something's completely wrong with the front office because he played well, but the fact that he's an outside linebacker along with Preston and Darius Smith, who that was their 2 highest paid free agents last year. So if you're going to tell me 2 years in a row, you're not going to be playing a number 12 pick and a quarterback, you're obviously not going to be playing Jordan Love for the first 3 years. But on top of that, if you don't play Rashawn Gary at least 70% or so of the snaps, why is there any reason for anybody in this fan base to believe what management is doing? So I just wanted to go off on that, but
that's a great point.
front seven. Yeah, front seven. I would have. Yeah, I'm with you. I would have gone with that. Obviously, receiver.
Yeah, that one. That's the biggest thing right there, man. You can only throw to one person for so long. And
right.
As far as quarterbacks, like I said last episode, quarterbacks they last a long time now. You don't get hit. This isn't the 80s or the 90s anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I've read on some replies on Twitter and social media. They're saying, "Oh, you guys want to be the Patriots. You guys want to play like the Patriots, but you just don't want to get the players like them." Yeah, there's only one Bill Belichick genius.
Exactly.
You really think Matt LaFleur's that?
We don't even know about LaFleur. Isn't he younger than Rodgers or something? Or they're probably about the same age?
Not quite that young, but yeah, I mean, I was at kind of at a point where I liked him last year, but I didn't love him. And I'll be completely honest, we did benefit from a pretty easy schedule. We played. Who did we play last year?
So did we.
We played the Redskins. We played a lot of bad teams. I was trying to think of the division.
Come on, damn, man. I'm trying to be positive about this season.
It's the truth. We played the fucking NFC East and the Giants in them. That's the shit that you saw that division. They made the playoffs by accident.
Yeah.
And they drafted a quarterback in Philly with the second round pick. So I want to talk about that a little bit.
We'll get there.
Jalen Hurts.
Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Just to go off Tulio's point, it's not like there wasn't enough time to trade for a receiver. Denzel Mims, a receiver out of Baylor, who I like, a fast 6'3" receiver, he went pick number 55. So you're telling me that you couldn't trade for a top 55 pick, and it's on them. I mean, they can say, "Oh, we didn't have the 4th round pick available." Are you trying to win this year, or are you trying to win in 2025? That's just what I can't understand.
Yeah, like, why are they banking on their 1st round pick 5 years from now when you have the elite quarterback now?
Exactly.
Now.
And one, I actually heard the point. It's not the worst point in the world you made from last video, because you're kind of making the point where you could have Jordan Love. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe I heard it from somebody else. You could pay Jordan Love a couple years from now, like only $15 million.
Yeah, I said that last week.
Yeah, he did say that. He said that.
The point I have against that is, compared to 15 years ago when Rodgers got drafted, it's not like top 10 quarterbacks are getting paid a king's ransom anymore. It's not Sam Bradford getting paid 6 years, $70 million. I mean, these guys' contracts are way smaller than they were in years past. And correct. I mean, I can't remember in recent memory where a quarterback's, besides the Aaron Rodgers situation, where a quarterback in the 1st round waited 2 years and then it turned out to be really good, 2+ years. So it's going to be at least 2+ years. I'm just trying to think when that worked.
Quarterbacks don't wait anymore. They play right away pretty much. They just do. What quarterback you remember that sat for a full year? And Mahomes, he played week 17 of his first season, so that doesn't even count neither. Just look back.
Right.
They all been playing.
Yeah, and absolutely. And they probably could have played Rodgers, but that is what it is. And Ted Thompson had to have an amazing 5-year stretch as GM. I mean, the amount of guys, like, that team was just mad deep, because if you remember the Super Bowl team that year, they had, I want to say 10 plus, probably close to 10 starters that began the year either missed like 6 or more weeks, or a lot of them on IR.
Yeah, I remember that.
That year was such a credit to Ted Thompson with the depth he brought in, just bringing in undrafted guys, Sam Shields, Tremont Williams. I know Desmond Bishop was a pretty low pick. Matt Flynn had to play against New England that year, which just watched that game last night. But yeah, I
got paid.
That game stressed me out. I remember that game.
Yeah, and back to the contract situation. Mid-season 2008, so that would have been Rodgers' first season as a starter. Yeah. He got paid 6 years. He was $65 million deal. So, I mean, nowadays you have to figure that'd be more for Jordan Love. So, yeah, like you said, it'd probably be $15 million. But I mean, that's just less. I mean, that's just more money you could spend to go after get an offensive lineman or anything.
Exactly.
True, but the salary will be up higher. So hopefully, we'll see what happens with this freaking virus and how the economy is, because this is kind of a problem. But assuming that things will see brighter days, the salary cap will go up, so it shouldn't be that much of a hit compared to what we're thinking. You know what I mean? Like, he'll get paid like 570, 580, something like that, because he's never played, and then that's not that bad compared to what it could be. You know, like, I was gonna say something, but yeah.
I get it, and I just look at the formula teams have done in the last few years. Seattle with Russell Wilson. You had the Eagles who had Wentz's deal. Then they were basically, I mean, he played 15 games, but then you had Nick Foles that wasn't getting paid a whole heck of a lot. Patrick Mahomes, and even Tom Brady taking discounts. So when your quarterback is taking less money, that just wonders for your team. Just look at the last since Seattle, or even Joe Flacco. He was on his rookie deal when they won. So just look at since 2012, all these quarterbacks not getting paid any money, and that does wonders for teams.
You don't win when you pay the quarterback. You just don't.
Yep.
But all right, so go ahead, Tulio.
What am I talking about? Jalen Hurts. The what?
Whatever you want to talk about.
Winners or losers for the draft.
Oh, my winner. All right. Well, mostly I want to talk about the Jalen Hurts thing.
Okay.
Because you just paid the quarterback, just got him his contract and stuff, but then you bring in Jalen Hurts in the second round. So I just don't really see the logic in that. Like, why would you pay him so much money and then draft Jalen Hurts? Like, if you saw Jalen Hurts' face, he didn't look like he was too happy to be a backup. That's all I got to say about it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
What was the point of even wasting a second round pick on Jalen Hurts when? Speaking of that, I'm gonna get to that in a second. But when Denzel Mims got drafted to the Jets, like probably a couple of spots before or after, I'm not too sure. But come on, that didn't make sense to me. Like, you needed an extra receiver, more receiver help as well. I know you drafted Jalen Reagor in the first round, which I thought was a good pick, but you still needed help receiving wise. But then it made sense when they traded for Marquise Godwin from the 49ers, so it made sense. Mm-hmm. But my thing is that you didn't have to draft a quarterback in the second round. But for me personally, the winner of this draft for me personally was the Buffalo Bills. And the Buffalo Bills did a pretty good job with this draft. Picking AJ Epinesa, you know, with their great pick, and Zach Moss as well. Yeah, they pretty much are saying they're trying to, as they keep on saying, the AFC is wide open, but until they beat the New England Patriots, the Patriots still own the AFC until otherwise.
Yeah, that's true.
That's just me. But you know, I'm tired of these other fans saying that. But it's okay. It's okay. So they want to, ante up and be ready. You know, it's fine. Until they beat us, they nothing. But I still think they did a really good job with their draft. I think they did a really good job as far as trading for Stephon Diggs. So the draft, you know, I think it was great. It was great for them. I like the New York Jets draft as well. I thought them drafting the offensive lineman. I forgot his name. Um, who are they drafting again? Jets drafting again. I'm trying to remember his name in the first round. I think it was
Was it back then? I'm looking right now.
no. Becton went to the
It
Browns.
was one of them. It was one of those tackles.
But yeah, the point is,
Yeah, continue.
you really look it up. Yeah, he did a really good job. Joe Douglas did a really good job, addressing help on the offensive line. They have one of the worst offensive lines in the league, so at least could protect Le'Veon Bell, and you can protect Mr. Ghostbuster Sam Darnold.
He ain't busting no ghost that day.
Yeah, but also
it was
Becton.
Becton. Mekhi Becton they drafted.
Huh?
It was Becton.
Great pick for them. I think they did a really good job with getting Mims from Baylor, which I thought was a great pick. How they fell down to them, which I still don't understand why. I understand why he fell to them, but there's other teams before them that could have gotten some type of help. But it didn't make any sense.
Packers.
But you have a legit. You have a legit receiver, a big receiver you can throw it to. Because who are you gonna throw it to? Jamison Crowder? Like really? Like
he's a slot guy.
I'm saying so. So I thought that was good, and the Giants did a really good job too. I really liked the McKinney pick in the second round. I really wanted McKinney to go to New England in the second round, but the Giants got some before us. So I thought that was great for them. They, needed help in the secondary anyway. The secondary was dreadful last year. And the offensive lineman they picked on the fourth overall pick was good as well. I think those three, for me, had really good drafts. Obviously, I'm not going to repeat everything I said before. I think Green Bay had a terrible draft. Philadelphia had a couple of head scratches. And the Raiders. I didn't like the Raiders. Besides their first overall pick with the wide receiver, Henry Sims, what was his name?
Henry Ruggs III.
Henry Ruggs. Besides that, everything was just terrible. I'm like, you didn't really address much. And then it's like, I don't know. I just thought that didn't have a good job either.
All right, so then,
I think,
how about ours?
Huh?
Ours. What about
our draft? The Patriot draft he's talking about.
For me, the Patriot draft, it addressed the needs that we needed, but I think a lot of people were upset with the names that they got, especially with the undrafted free agents that we signed after the fact. I think, I don't expect a lot of you. I didn't know who Kyle Duggar was, and so I don't think anybody knew. So I'm like,
nope.
I think it was like going with this thing called low risk, high reward. So it's like, you wanted to, get plays that you probably don't recognize. You're probably thinking about, what the hell you doing? And it was okay. For me, it was okay. I'm glad that they didn't pick. I didn't be in the draft. I'm glad. I'm kind of glad because everyone kept saying Jalen Hurts. I'm like, no. Everyone kept saying, we'll draft a QB. No. I keep telling you before. I'll say it again. We're sticking with Stidham, and we'll see what goes from there. But right now, until we found out that Devlin retired yesterday, which we found out yesterday.
Oh, man.
Which is yet another huge loss.
God, you just bought that jersey.
No, I don't care. I'll rep him. I'll rep him happily. I don't care.
Man, Dev.
In his honor.
Dev,
in his honor.
Guy, yes.
I will rep it.
Our guy, Dev.
To me, I know we lost Tom Brady. We lost a lot of key players last year, but James Devlin, to me, is one that's going to be really, really hard to replace. It's like literally like
you can't.
Sony.
They don't produce fullbacks anymore. They don't. So
yeah, that's Sony. Sony gonna miss him the most.
We're running game. Michelle already did. So, and Skarnecki is gone.
Oh yeah, that too. I'm glad you mentioned that too. When Skarnecki retired, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be tough for the offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be tough because think about it. He turned our shitty offensive line. We came back from retirement the first time. He basically said, we're going to turn this shitty offensive line and make it pretty much decent where they're able to run the ball well, they're able to pass well, and all the other stuff. But You know, Skarnecki gone, which people don't take credit. Say, oh, he retired. It's a huge loss to the offensive line.
Exactly.
Huge loss. And now you lost Devlin, and then we're not sure what if James Andrews is going to be 100% coming back. We're not sure, but it's going to be tough. But at least Marshall Newhouse is gone. Fuck him. But other than that, yeah, it was a kind of like a different draft, like kind of like in the middle. We have to wait and see what happens there. But that's for me, yeah.
Who are we starting at? Like, I know who we're starting at receivers, but are they reliable?
We'll find out.
We didn't get any receiving help, only tight ends. So these guys, they better be the next Gronkowski and Aaron Hernandez, the Boston tight end party, or something. Like, give us some production.
Well, anything's better than last year, so we'll definitely get better.
Oh,
Special guest.
I gotta ask you guys,
yes.
What's your confidence level in Bills drafting right now? It's been kind of up and down over the last 5 years or so, I gotta admit. So yeah, I mean, are you confident leaving this draft?
So you're in terms of this year only, or like overall, like for a decade, or?
No, just this year. How do you feel? Like, what's your confidence level in this draft? I mean, obviously you're feeling better than I am as a Packer fan, but
I feel pretty good. I feel all right. Just wish we'd gotten a receiver. So
yeah,
I might put a C+ or B- because they didn't get any big names.
Yeah.
But then again, this is New England and Bill Belichick. When does he ever get big names? The biggest name we got was the linebacker we drafted from Michigan, which was Chase Winovich's teammate, actually.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So hopefully we'll have a nice 1-2 punch on edge rush and edge defending there. Duggar, I had to do research after that because I had no idea who the hell he was. He's actually an athletic freak, and I think in every combine category, he was like top 5 in safeties, like all of them. So he's very athletic, but he is 24 years old. He's a little old. That worried me a little because I don't know how long you're gonna play with us, but maybe that could be a sign of maturity also, and he'll be able to get coached up. That's something too. But he's very athletic, and that's something that this defense definitely... They were number 1 last year, but we still needed to get athletic. When you're dealing with the Baltimore Ravens, for example, we need to get athletic.
And we lost a bunch of players as well. We lost a ton of players.
And they were kind of replaced, except defensive tackle. We didn't replace that. But we replaced the linebackers we lost, though. Jamie Collins and Ryan Noy got replaced by like 6 different people. We drafted like 3 or 4 linebackers.
True.
So...
As far as Duggar, I believe he played all 4 years at his college. So I think maybe he was probably the most pro ready, like mentally, as far as like he knows how to the grind of being able to pay. I guess maybe he was the most developed one, pro ready out of all right there. So
possible,
maybe they drafted him. So which makes sense. A lot of players don't play all 4 years in college. So it's like, let me turn this shit off. Yeah. So I guess it makes sense. I really wanted McKinney, because I'm Alabama protege. I like him. I think he's really great. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens next. I'm not gonna panic too much. I think that we did a lot better than just other teams. But my only concern was the kicker, right? Kicker. Now, granted, the kicker. I'm like, first of all, why would you tattoo that type of things on your body? Like, to me, it's like, and then my thing is that people saying, the Patriots didn't know. I'm like, of course you guys knew about that, man. Like, of course, y'all, $1 billion company, $1 billion team, $1 billion franchise, who does research on all the players you draft. You need to tell me that you didn't know that. So I'm like, it was kind of silly to me. But can he produce? We'll see. But I just thought that they could have got Blankenship. He's right there. I don't know why they didn't get him. But I guess we'll see.
As long as he makes his kicks and not be a racist, I don't really care what he does. That's all that matters. I'm guessing that's the team's mindset too. So whatever, make your damn kicks.
Look who's on the team. I mean, I wish he would say something dumb with Gilmore sitting right there, or D-Mac or something, or Hightower.
He ain't gonna do nothing. He'll be all right.
He's a kicker for crying out loud. Really? He knows. Fall in line, make your damn kicks.
Yeah.
Other than that, the draft was alright. I don't hate it. It's a typical New England draft. You don't draft anybody big, get out the first round, and just get the guys who you think fits you. That's how we draft. He's been doing it forever, so doesn't surprise me.
I really hope N'Keal Harry stays healthy, and I feel like if he does, he might have a big season because, I mean, he just has to.
Well, I mean, he needs to, so there's no ifs, ands, or buts anymore. All right, guest, one more question. Is there anyone that may be a little dangerous to you in your division after this draft, after this offseason?
Uh-oh.
Anyone in your division, Minnesota? Do you think Detroit got better and can say something, or what do you think?
Unfortunately for me, Tulio knows this. The Minnesota Vikings are my most hated team, and the fact that they're the ones that took Justin Jefferson, who I wanted so bad going into this draft. The fact that they're the ones that take him, and they got him from the Stephon Diggs deal, who I thought thinks a prima donna crybaby. Just got him for that, and
that is how he left.
Minnesota keep getting more and more picks. Minnesota is a huge winner in the NFC North, and I already told you. And Green Bay. Why didn't they try to bait somebody and say, "Oh, we want Tua"? They could have. You know how many more picks they could have got out of that? They just decided to go with the corner right away. So, yeah, that's kind of what I think.
Just Minnesota's the only ones.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. All right, so we're in my 31-minute mark. Anything else you guys want to say before I end this off?
I'm good now.
Yeah, I'm good.
Good? All right, perfect. So you do the outros. Next time, when we get you back over here, man, we'll have a much longer show for you to voice anything you want to say, anything you want to address. But since I'm not trying to pay extra data to get this out, I need to end this now. So, to keep it real.
All right, so let me wrap this up. For everybody that watching, we thank you for support. Always remember, we're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Play Radio. We are on Twitter @Podcast Dynasty. And as always, I say, we're gonna beat the shit out of COVID one day. Everything back to normal. Everyone be safe. We love you, appreciate you all. Thank you, Tulio. Thank you, Taylor, for joining us.
Follow Taylor's lead. Come here. Come here.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to join the show on Skype, via Skype, hit me a one up, and we can make it happen. Trust me, we can make it happen. We welcome everybody to.
Waiting for you, Craig. We're waiting for you.
Other than that,
especially Baltimore fans, bring your asses over here. I got something for you.
Other than that, thank you all. Appreciate you all. Peace, love, and applesauce. Good night.
Peace out, guys.
Have fun.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
All right.